So hey students, welcome to the channel that is Vedantu NCERT Solutions, where we find solution to all your problems which is given in your NCERT along with all the subjects and all the chapters. Now, this is Basavaraj, your biology master teacher. I'll be solving questions from the chapter Plant Kingdom. Now, let's see the question. They say question number 11, describe, let me change the pen color here. Describe the important characteristics of gymnosperms. So they're asking you what are the important characteristics, what defines a gymnosperm, what the different characteristics you can find in a gymnosperm. Now let me tell you what you commonly call a gymnosperm. And what do you call a commonly called a gymnosperm? The common name, like very common name for a gymnosperm is what? Naked seeded plant, right? It is a naked seeded. It is naked seeded. Right? Naked seeded. Is it vascular, non-vascular? It is vascular because there is vascular bundles here, right? It is vascular now. Vascular plant. Vascular plant. But what is the other common name, sir? Have you heard of the common name phanerograms? How many of you know what do you mean by phanerograms? Let's see who of you know what do you mean by phanerograms. It is a phanerogram. That is a common name. Now let's look into the characteristics of it. Let's look into the important characteristic. The first one, right? Gymnosperm belong to which kingdom? It belongs to the kingdom Plantae. So let's write down kingdom Plantae. Pardon the bad handwriting, but I hope you're able to understand. I hope you're able to make notes out of it because that's what the most important part is. So kingdom Plantae, right? Kingdom Plantae. Who can tell me in the chat? Who can tell me in the comments who was the person who divided the kingdom? Who was the person who placed gymnosperms in the kingdom Plantae? Let me know in the comment section who placed the gymnosperms in the kingdom Plantae. So throughout this answering questions, I will have some questions for you. Let's see if you can answer them. While I'm answering this question, I have questions for you also. Now, first is it belongs to kingdom Plantae. Then, what is the flowering structure? What about the life cycle of this plant? This plant is perennial. This plant is what? Perennial. Now, who can tell me what is annual and biennial? It is perennial plant. Right? Perennial plant are the plants which takes more than 2 years to complete its life cycle. Perennial plants. Now, these perennial plants are also woody. Woody, why? Because of the secondary growth. Because of the secondary growth, gymnosperms become woody. Right, woody. Now, these plants can be seen as shrubs and trees. But there are certain gymnosperms which are also climber. So who can tell me the example of climber? Let's see in the chat who can tell me the example of climber. I want in the comments later on what is the example of climber gymnosperm. Let's see who can tell me. If you do not know, I'll probably answer it eventually later on. But it's good to know that if you try to go on your own, search for it and you'll be able to remember it better. So let me know in the comment section which is the climber gymnosperm. Next, the roots. Very important, very important. It's a neat level question also here. Very important question in terms of your board also. Right, the roots here are taproot. But what is so special about this? The special thing about here is these are called as colloid roots. Colloid roots in some cases. Now, what are these colloid roots, sir? These are the roots which can do N2 fixation. Right? They have mutualism. They have mutualism here. They can do N2 fixation. N2 fixation. Who can tell me the example of colloid roots now? Throughout this answering, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. Throughout this. Now, colloid roots. Now, next, sir, where do you find them? What is the location? Most of the gymnosperms are found in the colder climate. Have you seen the Christmas tree? Fake Christmas tree. This one. How many of you seen the fake Christmas tree? This one. It's called as monkey puzzle tree or also called as Oricaria. It's called fake Christmas tree, also known as Oricaria or also called as monkey puzzle tree. That is seen in the mostly colder regions, right? Colder regions. So it is seen in the colder regions. Colder regions. Clear? Except, okay, I'll give you one of them. I'll give you answer to one of them. Except cycads. Cycads can be seen even in the warmer conditions also. Cycad can also be seen in the warmer conditions. I'll give you that. So rest of the answers I want in the comments. Rest of the answers I want in the comments. Now, what about the flowers? Do you think gymnosperms make flower? Obviously not. How many points do you write? 4 points. The fifth point here, they do not make flowers. What? They do not make flower. Obviously, they do not make flower. Right? Now, what about the seeds? If in these plants, you need to know there is no differentiation of stigma, style, and ovary. Right? There is no differentiation of stigma, style, and ovary here. Stigma, style, and ovary. Since there is no differentiation of stigma, style, and ovary here, there is no ovary itself here, and we know that ovary develops into fruit. We know ovary develops into fruit. So there are no fruits here. What if the seed is not covered by fruit? We know, have you eaten mango? All of us eaten mango, right? All of us eaten mango. Diagram is also bad here. So all of us eaten mango. This is seed inside, right? Mango seed inside. Mango seed is covered by fruit. Now here there is no fruit. So the seed is not covered. Hence it is naked seeded. Hence it is what? Most important point. Naked seeded. It is naked seeded. Very important about gymnosperm. Next, what about the leaves? So, how are the leaves here? The leaves are here needle-like. I repeat, leaves are here needle-like leaves. Why is there needle-like leaves? To reduce the transpiration, to reduce the water loss. Even the stomata here is sunken stomata. Stomata is what? Sunken stomata. Next point. What about the pollination? Pollination here is mostly wind pollination. Wind pollination extremely important. Wind pollination. Now let's look at the next one. Now plant body. We have been studying about the life cycles, like life cycles of bryophytes, pteridophytes. In the case of your gymnosperms, the main plant body is sporophyte. Obviously, the main plant body is sporophyte, which is nothing but your 2-1, which is 2-1. 10th point over. 11th point is in terms of evolutionary significance. 11th point is extremely important. Please note down what about the vascular bundles here. Extremely important. Extremely important. Write it down. Very, very. Color code it off. How are the vascular bundles here? In case of your gymnosperms, right? In case of gymnosperms, they have tracheids. But they do not have what? They do not have vessels. They do not have vessels. Okay. Vessels are the characteristic features of your advanced plants. That's your angiosperms. So what about phloem? In case of your phloem, right? This was your xylem. Tracheids are xylem. Remember, tracheids and vessels are xylem elements. Now, your phloem elements, when it comes to phloem elements, the sieve tubes and companion cells. The sieve tube and companion cells are completely absent. Completely absent what? Sieve tubes and companion cells. Right? Sieve tubes and companion cells are completely absent here. Gone. So who can tell me in the comments what are the types of cells here? If there is no sieve tubes and sieve companion cells, who does the transportation of food? Let me know in the comment section. Clear? Next is the sporophyll. Finally, the sporophyll. There are two types here, micro as well as megasporophyll. This microsporophyll can form a cone-like structure. Now, this cone-like structure can become is a result of aggregation of your sporophyll, and these are called as your male cones as well as female cones. We have two types, male cones as well as female cones. Now, those were the different important characteristics of your gymnosperms. Let me know in the comment section if I have missed any of the important characteristics, and also please tell me in the comment section what are the different questions I asked, because these are the questions which you can ask in the exam. This right here, the vascular bundle question, is a previous year NEET question. This right here is a previous year NEET PYQ. It's a NEET PYQ. So let me know in the comment section all the questions I asked. I want in the comment section. Also comment down what are the different other features if I miss out any, and also like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Until next time.